everybody! So this is my first YouTube channel, or first YouTube channel episode, I guess. I kind of wanted to give a brief background and let you guys in on what I've been doing. So I started a Facebook group called Toxitana, and I've been posting it to my IGTV, and so I figured, why not start a YouTube channel and see like how many people are out there that I can actually reach. So a little bit of background, I'm in school for life coaching right now, and this is so exciting for me because I never really knew what I wanted to do up until like a couple months ago. I actually had I have two brothers, and my older brother, a lot of his friends started dying. And so everybody in his friend group was really depressed, and a lot of my friends were really depressed about other things that were going on in their lives. And I want to help as many people as I can end human suffering. I hate it. I've been there. I've been depressed. I've been in and out of counseling, and I felt so lost from myself and estranged from my family and just a whole lot of things. So I actually started this Facebook group, and then this whole life coaching schooling literally fell into my lap, and it came out of nowhere. It came because I pushed my limits and I got out of my comfort zone, and I was able to do the scary things. And this has been so amazing for me, and I truly just want to bring as many people with me that I can that want to up-level every area of their life. And this lights my heart and my soul on fire. So this is gonna be like a little background video. My mom is an addict. My father is an alcoholic. Both of my brothers are great people. My whole family, they're all great people. But I've had to take a step back from my family to really focus on myself, and that's going to allow me to have a better connection with them in the future. And I don't want to cut my family off forever, but I know that I have to focus on myself, right? And at the end of the day, nobody is gonna make sure that I'm okay the way that I need to make sure that I'm okay. And that goes for everybody. So I have struggled with my body image issues, and I've struggled with my eating disorder. I binge eat all the time, especially when I'm anxious or when I'm depressed or when I'm sad or whatever it is. I love food. But I've never felt happy in my own skin until recently. And I am finally feeling so free and so alive in absolutely every moment. And my ultimate goal for you is to get to this point. So the more that I learn in school, the more I will be doing YouTube videos and kind of walking you through this. And I want to tell you that this is not easy, period. Like, it's not easy to get to where I'm at right now. But I can tell you, it is so freaking rewarding. Like, the amount of doors that have opened up to me recently since I have taken a chance on myself and stepped out of my comfort zones and really have started pushing my limits, like, this is gonna be crazy. So I'm really taking you guys on this journey with me. I want you guys to hear my hurt and hear my pain and see where I'm coming from and see how I shifted in the moment. And I want to bring you along this ride with me because this is going to be so epic. I see my big picture, and I know exactly what I'm going to do with this. So I am so grateful if you came to my page today, and I'm so grateful if you watched this video, and I cannot wait to start to share this with you guys, and let's get right into it. So Today on my Talks with Tana this morning, I briefly mentioned that I went back to therapy, and I went back to counseling willingly, and that is the key word, willingly. I am in school for life coaching, and we've been digging up a lot about our childhood and a lot about our past and a lot about where we came from, and it's dug up a lot of hard things for me. And everybody that is in my school, I have mentors and I have sister coaches and all that kind of stuff, but nobody deals with addiction and mental health issues the way that I needed to relate to them. So this was so wonderful for me, like really realizing that I needed help and I needed to ask for help that was not in my circle, was really hard for me to do. It was very hard for me to swallow my pride and be like, you know what, I need to throw the towel in right now. I need to ask for help. I need to see who else I can connect with at this point that can give me a different perspective on what I'm going through, because it's just circling in my mind and it feels way bigger than it is, and I need help, right? So yesterday I had a crazy session at counseling. And if you haven't watched the documentary I Am Not Your Guru by Tony Robbins on Netflix, go watch it. Like, pause this and go watch it. I'm just kidding, but seriously, go watch it. It's amazing. So he asked 2 questions, and the first question is, when you were a child, whose parents' love did you crave the most, or whose love out of your parents did you crave the most? For me, that was my mother. The second question, who did you have to be to receive any kind of love from that person? So when you answer those questions, a lot of stuff is going to come up usually. So for me, who I had to be for my mom to love me, or who I had to be to receive love from my mother, was everybody. I feel like I had to be the driver, I had to be the cook, I had to be the butler, I had to help pay bills. I had to do a lot for my mom in order for her to love me. And the bottom line is, no matter what I tried to do, she wasn't going to love me the way that I needed her to. She loves me, I know she does. She's my mom. But she doesn't love me the way that my inner child needs to be loved. So I had this crazy realization in therapy yesterday that I can't make anybody else happy. You can't make anybody else happy. And the more that we can get that through to our minds and through to our souls, we can take the pressure off of ourselves by trying to stop pleasing everybody else. Like, for me, like, who do I have to be today? Who do I have to love how hard do I have to love myself today in this moment to make sure that I'm okay? And nobody else is going to ask you that. Nobody else is going to take the time out of their day to make sure that you're okay. And if you have people like that in your life, that's fantastic. But chances are they're going to let you down at some point. And it's not because they don't love you. It's because they need to take care of themselves, and maybe right in that moment when you so desperately need them, they need themselves too. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to make somebody happy and you get so frustrated because you can't, it's totally normal that you cannot make anybody happy. And so I had to look back into my relationships yesterday. I was like, oh my God, well, I'm very good at avoiding, and I'm very good at running, and I'm very good at pushing people away. And so anytime I was in a relationship and I felt like I didn't make my partner happy, I ran. And I was like, you know what? Screw you. If I can't make you happy, what am I doing here? Like, what am I doing here? What is my purpose? And this was such a crazy thing for me to get through to my mind yesterday, and like realizing that I am the only one that is in control of me, and I am the only one that can make my life better or worse, like I am the only one that's in control of that. Like it takes so much pressure off of everybody else and so much pressure off of me for trying to please everybody else. So ask yourself those questions, because that second question, when like who you have to be in order to receive love from them, those are all your identities that you've been holding on to for as long as you've been trying to make that other person happy. And so a little bit more background, I'm based out of Florida, and we had that Hurricane Dorian. It just kind of scared us a little bit, right? It was like gonna come over all of Southwest Florida, which is where I'm at. And it triggered me. It really triggered me, because it brought me back to 2 years ago when Hurricane Irma hit. And when, excuse me, when Hurricane Irma hit, my mother was staying with me during the hurricane. And I had a very rough patch with her while she was staying at my house. And so when everybody was freaking out about the hurricane yesterday, I got filled with anxiety and tension and so much stuff that I just wanted to avoid. And I was so glad that it happened on the day that I had therapy, because my therapist really put this into perspective for me. And that's not my job anymore. It's not my job to parent my mother. It's my job to parent my inner child, to give her what she needs. It's my job to take care of me. It's not my job to make sure that she's okay. Yes, I want to make sure she's okay. She's my mother. But am I making sure that I'm okay before I do that? That's what's important. So when I realized all of this yesterday, I was so overwhelmed. I was crying hysterically, because like all of my old habits wanted to come up, and I really just wanted to be like, oh my God, like I wanted to reach out to her and be like, Mom, like let me help you. Let me swoop in and save the day like I am so good at, right? But I know that my old habits are not in alignment for where I'm going. I know that my evolved woman does not do this. She is not in alignment with people pleasing, and I am a recovering people pleaser. And it's not always pretty. It's not always going to be an easy route, but I know my goal. I see my vision, I see my end goal, I see my mission, and that is what I'm committed to. I'm not committed to anything else. I am not committed to anybody else other than myself in this moment. I am truly focused on every level, and it's so empowering, because I've always put my dreams and my hopes and my goals on the back burner for other people. And why? When you people please, you're ultimately saying, I value your life over my own. But if I'm not happy, how can I make anybody else happy? And the beautiful thing is you can't. You cannot make anybody else happy. They have to make themselves happy, and then if you contribute to their happiness, it's only an added bonus. It's only an added bonus. So how beautiful is it to look at relationships like that? If two people are happy and then they come together, that's gonna be like the ultimate happiness. That is what I want. I want to attract somebody that is so confident in themselves, that is so happy with where they are. And then I'm gonna be in that same spot. So when we join forces, it's going to be incredible, because we're both not trying to make each other happy. We both are happy as individuals, and we're there to support each other and lift each other up when we need it. But it's not my job to make that person happy. And this was such a huge realization that I had yesterday. It was so crazy. It was so overwhelming. It was so like against everything that my inner child ever knew. My inner child was screaming like, let me bring back these old habits. Let me go in and swoop and save the day and fix everything. And that's not in alignment anymore. And that is what I had to get through to myself. So this is a very quick video. My videos will be longer, but I just wanted to give you a brief background and a little introduction as to where I'm at in my life. I am in the 8th week of a 10-month program for life coaching. I'm going to be giving you guys tips. I'm going to be giving you guys raw, real, unedited everything about myself. Like, I'm going to be pouring my heart into you, and I want you to know that I am here for you. I am truly here for you as an open ear. Shoot me a message, like find me on Facebook. I am here for you. I've been in your shoes most likely when it comes to disordered eating, when it comes to dealing with addiction, when it comes to not being happy with who you are. Even 6 months ago, I was in like one of the deepest and darkest depressions I've ever been in, and it was all because there were multiple reasons for it, but I had totally lost myself in a relationship, and I kept trying to explain that I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy, but I didn't know why, but I knew deep down why. I just didn't want to admit it to myself or to anybody else. And I'm so grateful for my perspective on life right now, and I'm so grateful to be in this moment, to be talking to you guys, and to really be letting you into my journey. And I want you to know that it's possible to get here. I want you to know that you are capable of whatever kind of transformation that you want to go to. I want you to know that you deserve more than where you're at right now. You deserve more in every situation if you feel that way. And you are so enough. You are so enough. There is nothing that you can't accomplish if you put your mind to it. There is nothing that you can't do. You need to be so confident in yourself. And once you believe in yourself that you are capable of doing whatever you want to, the rest will totally fall into place. So I don't know how often I'm going to do this yet, but please feel free to subscribe to this channel, and I want to hear your feedback. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and let me know if any of this relates to you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Talk to you later.